Welcome to Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina. In this video, we will show you inside the country's largest Catholic cathedral, tour the city's open-air fresh market, take you for an unconventional but tasty breakfast, walk the old town, and then cap the day off with an amazing dinner at one of the top 10 recommended restaurants in Sarajevo. Stick with us to the end, where we will share one of the most important pieces of information when traveling in the Balkans. All right, good morning. We are coming to you from the streets of Old Town Sarajevo, and just having a bit of a walk around. About 10 o'clock. It's still kind of cool. It was up this morning actually, or early at 6 o'clock. I went for a walk, and what a difference in the city. There was absolutely nobody around. But now coming out at this time, you've got the cafes are open. They sort of open at 7 o'clock, and then that's where people start to gather. And where we're at here, there's a giant cathedral. It's pretty impressive. See if we can see anything in there. There's churches and mosques here. It's quite the city. I'm really impressed. This might be my favorite city now. It's quite the place. Looks like a pretty impressive pipe organ there. There's lots of more people outside all of a sudden. Tour guides. This city for sure is a big tourist place. You can hear people speaking language from all over the world. The Balkan Loop, you know, we'll do a video one day about this. This is one of the greatest regions in the world to travel because it's not Schengen and it's non-EU. And you can really extend your stay through the countries that are here. And most of these places, people don't even think to come to. I was looking last night, and Canada has a, extreme caution warning for people going to Bosnia and Herzegovina, which I can see for things like landmines if you're wanting to go hiking. But other than that, it makes no sense to me. This place just feels so inviting, so safe. It's the same with all the countries in the Balkan region. The city's huge. You could spend months here and certainly not get to see everything. We're just going to have a wander around, and that's what we like to do. We just like to kind of see what's going on. Looks like they got pretty good options for shopping. Big difference from last night, eh?
Oh yeah, a lot less crowded, but I think that's going to change in a hurry.
Yeah, that's right. As the day goes on, you can already feel the intensity of the sunshine. It's going to get hot, and it's going to get crowded. The architecture here is, again, very nice. It's got that same feeling I had when I was in Belgrade. The facades on them, they're really cool. Okay, so we have stumbled across one of our favorite things in any city we go. And this is Sarah's favorite thing. What is that?
The market.
Markets. Nice. This is a really good market, I can tell already here. Sarah says there's already more variety. Larger than the one in Mostar for sure. Yeah, this is top notch. Wow, so fresh. Definitely, if you're having a long-term stay, this is where you want to come to get your produce. There's no question about it. It's right near Old Town.
It is quite a bit more expensive than Mostar, though.
Yeah, so things in general in Sarajevo are more expensive. It's a big city.
Dried okra.
That's not something I've seen before. You nearly knocked those blueberries off the shelf. Smogwa. Figs. It's fig season. There's figs everywhere. Out the back of the market, you got a bit of a clothing bazaar here. You can get your bathroom mats, towels, shoes, sandals. Whenever you see this stuff, you have to keep looking, because sometimes there's places where people set up in the area, but it doesn't look like there's any others. Just that's what's there. So I think most people coming to Sarajevo also go to Mostar, but if not, you're gonna check out some of these museums while you're here. You've got the museum, the Siege of Sarajevo, and they also have here a Museum of Genocide. Oh, sorry, Museum of Genocide. We've seen the one in Mostar. It's talking about the same thing, and it's really something you do need to go see. So if you're not going to Mostar, make sure you check that out here. Give you an idea of some of the history, what went on. It's very sad, but it's important to see. At least that's my opinion. Tons of cafes and bars. If you're gonna come and stay here, there's hotels, small, big, boutiques, there's hostels. I'm gonna suggest that you stay in the Old Town area. You want to be close to this all. You definitely don't want to be too far away. I mean, you can take the tram in if you want, but I think it's nice to be able to step out of your place and be, right where all the action is. This morning at 7 o'clock, walking around, it was actually really cool here, really cool. So if you want some relief from the heat, you'll definitely get it here. I'm not sure why everyone's honking here, horny this morning. In general, you don't hear a lot of honking and car noise here. It's not anything like Tirana. Tirana's horn honking is up there with New York horn honking. So we're hungry and we've just stopped for a bite to eat here, and it's like a little local restaurant. It's all locals in it, so it looks pretty good to us. We got some kind of stew coming, I think, for breakfast. There's no English on the menu. Some of the stuff's hard to tell what it is. There's tripe, beef, stew, I don't know. Anyway, Sarah's getting the small, I'm getting the large. It smells pretty good in here. And it's just on the outskirts of the old town, so prices are pretty reasonable. Okay, so we got ourselves here some kind of beef stew. This is typical in the morning for breakfast. You can get things here like omelets if you want, but for the most part, meat and potatoes is a breakfast thing. Oh, that's good. The beef is really tender. Always comes with fresh bread. It's kind of strange having stew for breakfast, but it's a hearty meal to start the day. Some potatoes in there. It's really good. So the food's really simple, but it's got tons of flavor. This beef is just amazing. If you're used to having bacon and eggs for breakfast and stuff, this might seem weird, but it tastes so good.
This is really tasty, and I love that they have small sizes because I'm not a huge eater.
Unless we're looking for a real special meal, we look for a place where there's just locals hanging out. Usually old guys. You know it's going to be good, and you know it's going to be inexpensive. All right, so, Vala, do widzenia. Just show you the name here. So we'll call that our brunch. They don't have breakfast items. It's pretty common, like I said before, to just not. You might find a Western breakfast somewhere, but for the most part, that's what breakfast looks like. Actually, that's the food all day long. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that meal for the two of us was 17 marks. I think that's a pretty good value. I'll put some conversions down below for you. You can go there. They open at 7, they close at 6 at night. So it's kind of like breakfast brunch kind of thing. Nobody's frying eggs. So back to the square here. We call this Pigeon Park. Sounds like somebody making artisan stuff, maybe.
They made it in China? So what do the Chinese have to do?
Yeah. Take two. Who do you want to do?
Yeah, so this area here for sure is where all the kind of artisan stuff is sold.
No, pero he visto gente con...
Breakfast time, chivapi. Chivapi bread, kaimak. Pies. Pastry in the morning. Burak for sure. There's a lot of options here. You'd have a hard time here finding many options if you were a vegetarian, I think. You could get some beans, but if you like meat, it's a meat lover's paradise. You could get a vegetarian pasta. I think it's a pretty nice old town. What are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's spread out. It's a little wider in the streets, so you're not as cramped coming through here, though there's still not as many people as there will be in the afternoon. Lots of selection, lots of sweets. I like that there's like produce places intermingled with some of the souvenir shops, so it doesn't have as touristy a feel, I think, as some of the other old towns we've been to.
Yeah, that's right. Some of the old towns, it's just some restaurants and then just jam with souvenirs and crap. It's tiring. You can get clothing here. There's quite a bit going on here. And there's sort of like the artisans in one area, then you've got jewelers in another area. Oh, you can get your clothing here. Look at this one. This is good. How about Mik Chavap? That's pretty funny. Mik Chavap or Burak King. I love it. That's hilarious. There is no McDonald's in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We're just looking here at some real estate. What do we got here? We have got a house, 77,000 euros. We got another house, 87,000 euros. We got a really fancy house with a backyard gazebo and a pool, 70,000 euros. Here's some apartments. Ooh, new flats. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right in town, 215,000 euros. And a pretty luxury looking house for 350,000 euros. Premium apartments in town here are going to run you 200,000 euros and up. So if you're new to our channel, we're Jay and Sarah. We're a retired couple that are traveling the world full-time. We're making videos about our life as full-time travelers. While we do make sometimes travel tourism content, that's not the focus of our channel. It's more to show people just what it's like to live an ordinary life in different countries. You know, we don't try to live our lives like tourists doing all the tourist attractions. We do hit some and we do show them, and but not always. There's more to life than that. You can't afford to go to all the tourist spots. I mean, they're expensive, and all of a sudden your, you know, low-cost, long-term travel is turning into an expensive vacation. And we don't live our lives like we're on vacation whatsoever. We live them like we're at home, but we're in foreign countries. So we're just out wandering, exploring, burning off a little bit of that food. It's a nice big park here in the city. Oh, there's another mosque. Okay, we are starting to get hot. Oh no. Right smack dab in the middle of downtown. What do they got here? Dirty bird. I don't mind a dirty bird now and then. So we've done a big loop around the city and sort of the old town area, and we brought you right back to the cathedral. Okay, so back at the apartment, we managed to pay our landlord, got everything sorted out, spent a good part of the afternoon inside getting cool with the air conditioning. We're going to get ready and go out for dinner soon. Okay, so we are off to Restaurant Deveri, D-V-E-R-I. It's recommended as one of the best restaurants in Sarajevo. That's where we're heading. We made reservations last night for today. It's supposed to be really great. So it's 6:15. It's not too hot. It's not too crowded. It's just perfect tonight here. This is a great old town to walk in the evening. Hey?
For sure.
Sure. She's hungry. You get all your sweets, Turkish ice cream, really good stuff here. Lots of great options for eating too. All right, so we are here. It's just a small little place. All right, so it's a small restaurant, really great vibe. Smells absolutely fantastic. Tremendous menu. They've got a really great selection of traditional food, as well as some others. Kaymak, Ivar. Sarah's ordered a steak of some sort. A rolled steak filled with cheese. I've got the goulash coming, the bread, and shopska salad.
Can't wait.
So this is your traditional shopska salad. It's going to be really good. Really good quality cheese. It's beautiful. So fresh. Highly recommend if you're in the Balkans, you must have shopska salad. The cheese is so good. So we've determined that there's a ubiquitous salad tong in the Balkans that's actually pretty crap. It seems to be that whoever makes them, they're distributed all around the Balkans. So Sarah's having regrets. She should have bought the full steak meal. Instead, she's got the, what is it called?
The Deveri steak.
It's like a rolled up veal with stuffed cheese and deep fried. We've had one before, similar, in Berat, Albania, called the Berati steak, so we'll see how that compares. But the steaks that have been going out of this kitchen here are smelling and looking pretty good. So we read on Google reviews that if you come here, you have to get the fresh bread. So we've ordered the fresh bread. I'm going to have that with my goulash. Deveri steak. That looks really good. And then we've got goulash. It's supposed to be two of their best dishes here. There's a little bit of topping that goes on there, kind of like a yogurt sauce with some mint, I think. Okay, so we're gonna get some of this fresh bread, because we're gonna want to have that with the goulash. This bread is so light and fluffy. Oh my God, it's been sitting at the table for a while. It is still so warm. That's incredible bread. We heard you had to get the bread, and I can see exactly why. Put a little bit of goulash here. Wow. A little fresh bread dipped in the sauce. And the stew. Simply amazing.
Okay, here goes. That's really good. Veal, wrapped around cheese, smoked beef, deep fried, sauce on top, primo.
Some more fresh bread. It's so light and fluffy, it just tears apart. So it has beef in it, gnocchi. Oh, outstanding. I've had goulash all around the Balkans. This is the best goulash I've had, hands down. Serbia probably a close second. These dishes are so good and so popular, the people at the table beside us ordered the exact same thing. If you come here, everyone says, these are the two things you have to try. This place is definitely on the sort of higher end of the spectrum in terms of price. I think it's worth every penny. The food is that good. Spicy. Man, there's a kick in here. So in here we got the gnocchi. Never seen this in goulash before. I'm not a fan of gnocchi. With all the seasoning, the gravy, these are good. These are really big portions, pretty hard to eat at all. And I can hear them calling in the orders. Goulash, goulash, goulash. Everyone's coming from the goulash. If you're coming here, make a reservation. Get yourself the goulash. Nice atmosphere.
That was absolutely fantastic, but I just can't eat it all.
Yeah, looks like we'll be getting a doggy bag if they have one. Ciao, do widzenia. Okay, so that's Restaurant Deveri. If you are here, you definitely need to go there. We just read about them on Google reviews. Recommended also by a local to us. And not disappointed. Pretty good food.
Very much so.
Just a little too much for Sarah. Like I say, in this heat, your eyes are bigger than your stomach. We've had 2 months of almost 40-degree weather, 35 to 40, it's crazy. I'd recommend that place for sure. I'd recommend you come here at night. What time is it now? 7:45. You gotta walk around here. The smells of all the barbecue. It is lovely. And if you want to draw a bunch of attention to yourself, walk around with a GoPro, talking to it, YouTubing. People look at you with all sorts of looks, like, what are you doing? Who are you? What's going on? Some people actually recognize us. We've had that happen a couple times. So even though our YouTube channel is still growing, it's amazing how many people have actually seen our videos. You don't think about it until you get noticed. It's kind of weird. Make sure you pay attention to those signs, because that is commonplace. People will tell you, oh no, they take card everywhere. That's BS. I've read all this stuff on different forums, different expat groups. BS. If you travel around anywhere in the Balkans, you need cash. The restaurant we ate at tonight, no cards, cash only. Cash is king. Make sure you have some from the ATM. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.